So I think, first of all, I got married too soon. I got married at a stage where I was like,
how old were you?
27. And when I say too soon, I'm not talking about age-wise. I'm talking about thought process-wise. Thought process.
Maturity level.
Meaning, I'm getting older. I'm ready to do this shit. I'm not about to be with you for 5 years and we ain't married yet. And so what we gonna do? But just because you have that thought in your head don't mean that it's time. Y'all haven't even went through enough shit to know, like, is you really my partner, like, for real? So I think for me, what I learned is you got to see your person through every season of life. You have to. You got to see them when they broke. You got to see them when they happy. You got to see them when they sad. Because everything is always good when everything is good. You don't know who you really got until you got to go through some shit with them.
I agree with that.
That's what I had to learn as far as that. And I think for me, what I had to learn is when people say that they want to be married, especially as a woman, we hear that, yeah, a man is supposed to protect and provide. I believe that. I'm stand on that. But I think as women, we have to understand that when you tell God you want a husband, you signing up to say, give me a man that I can help. Because you are a helper. The problem is when you go out and get somebody who ain't got nothing to help with. Then you frustrated. Then you mad because you're trying to give them a purpose. You're trying to give them a dream.
So can you, like, for me, because I feel like a lot of men probably think one thought when you say provide. They automatically think financial, pay the bills. What do you mean by provide?
I need somebody I can be safe with. I need somebody where I can be vulnerable with you and I'm not gonna feel like, feel a type of way. I need somebody who can understand where I'm coming from. I need somebody who can understand when I can't pray for myself, I need you to pray for me. When you don't see me reading my Bible, I need you to remind me, like, I ain't see you doing your thing lately. Like, what's going on with you? Like, I need somebody to be the back catcher. Like, I could do a lot of stuff on my own. Like, I'm a single mom, I'm independent. I could do everything on my own that I've been doing. But if I'm in a relationship, I feel like I should be able to be like, my man gonna take care of that.
You looking for an addition?
Yeah, of course. And you do have to be with somebody who you equally yoked with. And that don't mean financially. It's mostly maturity. It's mostly on the companionship level. Can I come to you with an issue and you help me solve it? Can you be there for me when I can't be there for myself? Like, those are the things that in those moments where you marry somebody, you really need that. Like, we can get some money.
What if he can't get no money though?
Well, if he can't get no money, you need to figure that out before you marry him. Because let's be real, we always want to talk about don't be a gold digger or this or whatever. Finances matter. We not about to be in here with the lights off. We not about to be in here crying about who gonna pay the mortgage and is the car getting repossessed. We not gonna do that. So let's be real, finances are important at this age.
Yeah, they say finances is like the biggest reason divorces happen.
I can see that.
So, but okay, so because I've been married too before.
Okay.
Right. So what you think about what I felt happened? I feel like it wasn't a finance thing. It wasn't a communication thing. It was more so an outgrowth.
Okay. I can see that, definitely.
I started my career when I got married. Bop, I shut off. And I'm literally like, I'm in the shop from like 8 a.m. to like 10 p.m. I'm getting it. I'm trying to build clientele because at this point I'm young. I'm like 24. I'm not even thinking about age. I threw age out of it because shit, my ex-wife was like 6 years older than me. So I had to take age out of it because if I did put age in, I would have been intimidated. Like, damn, you older than me, you got it together. But that don't be the case all the time. But what you think about, like, when you get that feeling and you're married to somebody and you feel like they outgrowing, like, how do a person supposed to move with that? Because I feel like a lot of people going through that nowadays, and what they do is like, shit, they run off. They scared. And they don't really know how to communicate, like, the outgrowth. I don't even think a lot of people know what that shit looks like.
I think that becomes a you issue. And when I say that, I mean, you didn't do your homework before you got married. Because for me now, you got to be doing you before you meet me. I don't want you to get motivated by me. I want to see you doing you and I'm doing me. And then we can come together on something else. Because that's going to guarantee me that you going to do this with or without me. So you're going to stay motivated. If I got to come in and motivate you to get you together, and that means I care about you more than you care about you, the relationship ain't going to work. So for me now, because I've been in that situation.
I got a question. Is that what happened in the marriage? Because you feel that, I feel that energy while you talk.
Yeah,
that's what happened in my shit.
Yeah, that's what.
And
that's what
I gotta dig with that because I'm curious to know what that.
Because I was going to school. I was working, And I had my daughter before I even got in my marriage. It got times in my marriage where he would say stuff like, well, I don't really see you. You always at work. Are you always at school? Are you whatever? I took a whole year off school when we first got together. It got to a point to where I really had to push the issue like, I don't know what we gonna do, but I gotta finish what I'm trying to do for me. And it will be times where I'm working overtime because I'm trying to get my money. And then we going back and forth about that, and it's like, well, you don't care if you make $100,000, $200,000 a year. Like, when is you gonna just like be happy or like with what you already got going on? And that became a problem for me because I'm not happy because I want what I want. And for me, I always say this: for me, the marriage was the beginning, and for him, the marriage was the end. Meaning, when we got married, he felt like I got my wife, I'm good. For me, it was like I got my husband, let's run it up. So we was on two different paths.
You found that out. You found that out after y'all got married.
I found that out after because when we first got together, everything was all good. We going on trips, vacations, everything. We going wherever we want, doing whatever we want. That was the season, but now seasons change. Now we figuring out how to deal with your pride. We figuring out how to deal with conflict. We figuring out how we gonna deal with you walking through the house and you ain't speaking and all this. So now the dynamic have changed. And we trying to figure out, damn, like, I don't really know you like that. You feel me? Like, it's like that.
I mean, and obviously, you know, you here right here with us telling us that marriage is done, but just hypothetically speaking, what could he have done to like save it, to fix it?
At certain points, he could have saved it, but at one point, it was no going back. So at the point in which he probably could have saved it, it would have been for him to get outside of himself because I'm always the bigger person. Especially, so a little bit about me. Any relationship I had before my marriage, I always leave first. I'm out. Oh, I don't like that. I'm gone. Like, I ain't got time for that. I'm out. But in my marriage, I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna give any relationship a try and really just try to stick it out, it was this. So I stayed longer than I probably would have just because it was a marriage. But I think the times that he could have made it work would have been for him to get outside of himself. The silent treatments in the house, that wasn't gonna work. The pride of, and the passive aggressiveness and all that wasn't working for me. And I'm trying to keep the peace, so I'm ready to break the ice. I'm like, so you still mad? Ooh, you know, I'm trying to, cause it's a marriage, right? We supposed to be in this for a long haul. I gotta deal with you forever. So let's wrap this shit up so we can get on to the forever, right? And it wasn't work. It wasn't like that. It was like he couldn't get outside of himself. He was so set in his ways and how he wanted to be. And then I think the final straw was we had went through some shit. We separated. Motherfuckers was doing shit they wasn't supposed to do. He doing him, I'm doing me. You feel me? We separated, whatever. I ended up going to jail.
For what?
So anyway, that was the last straw for me. And I think my mindset.
What did you go to jail for? You skipped over my question.
Oh no! So I ended up going to jail because I got into an altercation with him and somebody he was out with, and I guess they, you know, told the police or whatever the case may be. long story short, they cooperated on a statement, and the police took me to jail at my job. They came and get me. So yeah, it was a long story, but.
So you've been to jail before? Rockstar life.
Didn't want to be there.
So you're a gangster.
No,
Gangster.
I wasn't trying to be. It was just like, you know, sometimes you get wrapped up in the heat of the moment. You can't believe somebody didn't do what they did, and yourself be telling you all type of shit like they got you fucked up. You gonna let them play with you like that? Like self-talk be having you ready to be on one. And I think by just being with myself and not having nobody on the side of me to be like, nah, it's good, like that self-talk be a motherfucker. Well, what? So anyway, I had my daughter in the car, and we on our way to the house. I see a car in front of his grandpa's house, and it's a girl in the car. I'm like, damn, that car don't never be there. And God told me to spin the block. So then I spin the block, and when I pulled back up, he was in the car. So I'm like, oh, you feel me? I put the car in park. I tell my daughter, like, don't unlock the car door. You feel me? So I bounced out, and I just snatched the car door open, and you feel me? It was up from there. Like, what are y'all doing? Like,
we still married,
and you just called me before I seen you. You just called me trying to check my temperature, asking me what I'm doing and where I'm at. And just so happened I run into you. That's what you was trying to avoid in the first place. But even that, I'm not gonna lie. Even that, we probably could have still made it work. But when I seen the statement that you said this and this and this, like y'all was together against me, oh yeah, no, I couldn't do it. after that. Not you said this and you said that and you telling them what I said and what I did and I had the daughter in the car and you doing, oh yeah, no, that was it. That was a wrap. And the crazy part is, I didn't even know y'all told the police because after that, we ended up getting back together. So we at home like shit ain't never happened whole time. You know you didn't tell the police on me. So it was just too much. Once I really started thinking about the shit, like I'm sleeping with the enemy for real. Like you already knew you snitched on me when you came back.
Damn, all right. That's